Hello everyone, Riff Raff Hornhelm, back yet again with another presentation from the Dwarven Vault, and today it's a FALE TALE. I, once again, always enjoy FALE TALEs, but first off, what I want to do is say thank you, a very humble thank you to the viewers and subscribers who've taken the time to spend time with us and enjoy the channel. Can't thank you enough. It touches me right here in the beard. We don't have a heart, so in the beard. But it's wonderful. So thank you all again. Please continue to come back. We're going to try and keep you entertained. So today we're going to talk to you about yet another FALE TALE. One of the fun things I really enjoy. And today's FALE TALE is a fantastic adventure of some very strong party members who went up against the final boss efforts of the arch-villain in the dungeon in which they were participating. Now, this one is kind of fun, I thought. At least it was different. So in this particular adventure, the party had gotten to a point where they were, like I said, pretty much at the boss, if you will, for the adventure. They had a mega massive elder god event occurring that would be triggered by the sun passing over a specific spot at a specific time. Only happens, like, what did it say? I think it said once every 10,000 years that this opportunity comes up. And it had never been successfully done before. But this arch-villain had managed to, vex the party to the point where he had managed to steal something from the party, from one of the key members of the party. That was the last piece that he needed to make this elaborate ritual complete and to be able to summon the elder gods back to torment the planet. Everything was in place. The sun is the sun. It sits in the heavens. The planet continued in its orbit, rotating, slowly bringing this place into the view of the sun, where the sun's rays would fall upon it. The adventuring party, of course, was trying to figure out a way to stop all this from happening. Sometimes easier said than done. But at long last, after discussing all the details amongst themselves, they determined a way forward. And it involved a time stop. And the adventuring party had determined, amongst the mage and cleric and several other, I believe there were several mages from what I read, that a time stop combined with a specific use one-time spell that they got approved by the DM, that not only would they stop time, but they would stop the planet from rotating. Now, the way they had contrived this is they were aware that there could be some nasty side effects, but they only had to stop the planet rotating and combine that with the time stop for about 30 seconds. I figured if they did that, that would break the synchronicity that was needed for the spell to be complete, and in fact, it would prevent the spell from ever being done in the future unless somebody was able to match the planet's rotation to the timing necessary to make this ritual complete. Pretty cool, huh? Now, the primary reason they were able to do all of this had to do with a very high-level, unlimited wish. And we all know that wishes sometimes don't work out the way we expect them to, especially if we're not very careful about how we describe and write the wish and how the DM, of course, the gods, how they interpret what happens. So in this particular case, it was rather interesting because they did the stop and they put the planet and prevented it from spinning. Now, they knew that one of the side effects from all of this would be the loss of gravity. So, of course, when they stopped the planet, gravity wasn't functioning quite the same way it had been before, and things became lighter, and it caused a lot of issues. Now, once again, 10 seconds, right? So, how bad can it be? Well, this is where the wish wasn't worded quite the way it should have been. And they didn't have a backup wish. They didn't have another one that they could use to try and undo problems if there were. Yes, they stopped the planet from rotating. And the time stop was in place for only 10 seconds. But the way in which they worded the wish meant that when the wish had expired and the 10 seconds had expired, the planet didn't start rotating again. The DM in this particular case actually happens to be a rocket scientist. Some might call him a little anal retentive, but he's a great guy. He figured out what would happen if the planet actually stopped rotating. Now, the molten core wouldn't stop rotating. The planet would. That would keep spinning. So what actually happened was when the spell had expired, or the time limit had expired, the planet did start moving again, but much slower than it had before. This resulted in apocalyptic destruction. Absolutely massive, major, like a bad movie. And of course, well, it didn't end well for everybody. Like I said, they had no wish for undoing it. They had a high-level cleric who was able to get the gods to intercede and save some people. But virtually within 24 hours, about 80-90% of the population of the planet was dead. Magical, non-magical, didn't matter. Some of the smart people, as it says in the email that was sent to me, managed to transfer out of that particular dimension, plane, etc., 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 to get out of there, but they represented only a very small part of it. Now, apocalyptic destruction is pretty epic. And if you're going to fail and take like the whole rest of the world with you, especially in a magic scenario, that's really epic. I don't know what to say. If you're going to have a failure on a wish, I guess do it big. And these guys certainly did so. Yeah, it's one of the joys of the game. Doesn't always have to be a bad die roll. Sometimes it could just be a bad word or a lack of a word that could make all the difference in what the results are. So, that's today's FALE TALE. Hope you enjoyed that. If you did, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe. But most importantly, come back and see us again real soon. Thank you for your support. Take care, everybody. And remember, dwarves rock!